Pamela Garrett, estate planning attorney, CEO of Law Mother LLC, and best-selling author, is here to talk about the things we can start doing now, today, to protect your family's future and live legally ever after. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to see you. So you're dedicated to helping parents protect their kids' assets while building a legacy. Why is it so important to get started early? I know that seems like an obvious question.
Well, if you put it off until it's too late, the default is the state is going to make the decisions for you, and it's going to be something you probably don't want.
Okay, there may be people watching who are saying, you know what, I don't have enough to really worry about. That's for people who have a lot of money. You say that is absolutely not true.
Yeah, that's a common misconception. It's only for the wealthy. And it's not so much about how much money you have, it's about how much control you want to have and what experience you want your loved ones to go through.
Okay, so we have an easy 6-step plan that you say parents should take to protect your children's future, happiness. Let's just start with step number 1.
Step number 1 is L for legal guardians. And you want to name legal guardians. These are people who would care for your kids if you could not. And the default is a stranger, a judge, is going to make that decision for you.
That's something you wouldn't want to happen. So I totally get that. Okay, step number 2.
E for economic support. And the easiest way to get started with this is to grab a file folder and put together the first pages of all your bank accounts, your retirement accounts, your life insurance accounts. If something was to happen to you, would people be able to find these? And one of my colleagues, her father passed away unexpectedly. It took her 2 years to go through all of his files. She's still not sure if she has everything.
Yeah, so that's super important. So L-E, okay, G is next. What's the third step?
G is guidance. And think of this, we've all seen employee handbooks. Think of this as your parenting handbook. What do you want your guardians to know as far as spiritual, educational, financial?
Oh, that's great. These are things I had never thought of. My son is older, but he, it still could be, it could be useful. He's 28, but it still could be really useful. Okay, L-E-G-A will be the 4th step. What's A?
A is for asset protection. If you own real estate, if you own a business, you want to think about putting together an asset protection trust to protect your assets from future creditors and future divorces.
Okay, so L-E-G-A-C.
C is carry through, communicate, and update. And this is where I see a lot of estate plans fail, is people are really good, they put the plans in place, 20, 30 years go by, no one can find the documents. So you want to store them in a fireproof, waterproof bag, safe, and you want to let your loved ones know where they are. And then you want to look back at it, update it every couple years, and any life changes that come up.
Okay, and your last step, number 6, is going to be why.
Why is your legacy. So your loved ones want more to remember you by besides these legal documents, and those are your insights, your stories, your values. One easy way to do that is those Zoom chats you're doing with grandparents. Record them, ask your parents for advice for your kids, jump on, share stories, do advice for your kids. It will be cherished for years.
These are great ideas, and I know that they're all in your book. How did you come up with the legacy title, and also then the title of the book, Legally Ever After? Where did that came from?
Yeah, so it's from a Cinderella story, and we all know what happened to Cinderella. And so your loved ones, they don't need a prince, they don't need a fairy godmother, they need you to be that hero that you are and put an estate plan in place to protect them.
And I'm sure that you see a lot of people who don't have that done, and then they come to you for help.
Absolutely.
What do I do now?
Yep, and it costs more money, it costs more time, it's public, it can be very stressful.
All right, thanks so much. Good to see you this morning. Those are great tips.